Hi, thanks for joining me for today's devotion from Genesis chapter 15. After this, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision. Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your very great reward. He took him outside and said, Look up at the sky and count the stars, if indeed you can count them. Then he said to him, So shall your offspring be. Abram believed the Lord, and he credited it to him as righteousness. The saying goes, good things come to those who wait. Work hard, save your money, and wait for the day you get to retire, and hopefully good things will come. But the greatest reward of all is one that you don't have to work for, nor do you have to wonder about whether it will really happen. In today's reading, the Lord promises Abram this greatest of all rewards, one that is guaranteed. He says, I am your very great reward. But first he says to Abram, do not be afraid. Why is Abram afraid? He's wealthy. He's accumulated large flocks and herds by this point. What does he have to be afraid of? But a promise of God was still unfulfilled. A son was supposed to come from Abram, a savior from that son's family line. But it had been a long time since Abram had first heard the promise. And what does all this prosperity mean, Abram thinks, with no son? And if this promise of God isn't fulfilled, what about his other promises? I wonder if it was keeping Abram up at night. He was afraid. I think we can relate. Maybe peace eludes us. Maybe our hopes are unsatisfied. Though we have what we need to live and more, maybe God's promise to bless us in all things is as of yet unfulfilled, and it doesn't seem like it ever will be. We can relate. We know what it is to fail to trust God. We know how to let sinful worry crowd our hearts. The Lord told Abram, do not be afraid. I am your shield, your very great reward. He was telling Abram, are there forces at work that are beyond your control? I am your shield, your protection. Though you are wealthy and powerful, are you still unhappy, unfulfilled? Don't worry. You have me, the giver of all good things. I am your very great reward. The promise is for you and me too. The Savior promised as one of Abram's offspring is your and my Savior. And so listen, fellow sinner, the Lord is our shield. There's a force field of forgiveness emanating from the cross of that Savior and spanning around the globe. His payment protects you and me from the guilt and the punishment we have coming to us. So also the Lord is our very great reward. Whatever other good things there can be, it all comes from him. And so no blessing can compare to the giver of all blessings. We're told Abram believed the Lord, and the Lord credited it to him as righteousness. Don't misunderstand, it's not that Abraham was so good at believing that he impressed God with his strong faith, that God rewarded him with righteousness. The Lord gave Abram his faith, and then by that faith, the Lord blessed Abram with the righteousness of the Savior to come, a goodness and holiness that Abram didn't earn, but that was credited to him as a gift. So it is with you and me. The Lord has blessed us with saving faith in Jesus too, and through faith in him, all the treasures of heaven are ours. Our faith is credited as righteousness. So are you waiting for good things in your life that don't seem to be coming? Already now you have a treasure greater than all of them. The Lord himself is your very great reward. See you next time.